The Student Technology Lounge is a formally assigned study space that is accessible only to students. It houses a printer, fax machine, scanner, and copier, which can be used through the cloud printing system on campus called Gator Print. Tables and comfortable chairs fill the space, and open computers are available. In the Pharmaceutics lab, students have the opportunity to learn about dosage formulations. Have you ever wondered what makes a capsule a capsule? Or if there is a difference between an ointment and a cream? Our students learn the answers to these questions and how to make each dosage form here. They even learn to make medication dosages into lollipops. Given the growing demand for personalized medicine, understanding dosage formulations and knowing how to make them for specific patients is essential for future pharmacists. The Simulation Lab is a state-of-the-art lab that simulates two distinct pharmacy environments, an acute care setting and a community setting. In the acute care setting, students learn to work with machines and electronic equipment that they will use on a regular basis while they are on rotations at various hospital and clinic sites. In the community setting, students experience what a community pharmacy is like and become familiar with the layout and organization of a community pharmacy, as well as how to access and correctly use computer software to fulfill dispensing duties. The highlight of the Simulation Lab is Simulation Man, or SimMan for short. He is a high-tech teaching tool in the form of a humanoid robot who can be programmed to exhibit a large number of medical issues, symptoms, and side effects. He is often used in the acute care portion of the lab so that student pharmacists see actual changes in the heart rate, EKG, pulse, and other vital stats as drugs are administered. G. Avery Bunting Hall was built in 2011 with the School of Pharmacy students in mind. Every corner not occupied by a lab has been fitted with a technology-enabled study space, complete with large flat screens with computer connectivity, in-table outlets, and whiteboards for studying and group meeting sessions. Knott Science Center was partially renovated during the building of G. Avery Bunting Hall, and during that renovation, several meeting-style classrooms were upgraded with flat-screen connectivity, in-table outlets, and digital projectors. Located next to Knott Science Center is the brand new University Academic Building, which houses the School of Nursing. The study space on the first floor is a particularly beautiful and peaceful resource for School of Pharmacy students. Tall windows allow in natural light while the atmosphere remains quiet throughout the day.
My role at the School of Pharmacy is as a teacher. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Clinical Administrative Sciences. In addition, I'm also the chairperson for that department, which makes me responsible for the clinical staff as well as the curriculum and any student issues that may arise that fall within that department. Well, I could probably take 2 hours to explain that, but let me start off by saying that our students get a diversity of exposure to many of the clinical practice sites that pharmacists currently practice, on more of the traditional practice sites in community and retail pharmacies and in hospital pharmacies, but also some of the more progressive sites, such as some of the specialty areas we have in hospitals, ambulatory clinics, physician practices, as well as some government agencies in which our students will practice. We also try to give our students exposure to the latest in transitions of care, as the government, with the Affordable Care Act, is really trying to keep more of our patients in the community and making the community healthy. The pharmacists are playing a greater role in the communities in relation to medication management. Our students have a wide variety of practice sites to go to. If I break them down into certain categories, we certainly have more traditional community pharmacy, which would consist of independent pharmacies as well as chain pharmacies. We have the hospital practice setting, inpatient as well as ambulatory and outpatient clinics. We also have affiliation with government agencies, so our students can get experience in the government agencies, such as the FDA and the NIH, as well as our students have accessible to them the large national pharmacy associations, and those offer rotations on a competitive basis to our students. Our students are also exposed to many specialty rotations should they have an interest and they want to choose to continue their studies. Areas such as pediatrics, oncology, anticoagulation, infectious disease, HIV patients, critical care, shock trauma, just to name a few. The hospitals that we affiliate with very close in the city are Johns Hopkins, University of Maryland, MedStar, Carroll Hospital, Howard County Hospital, as well as many of the surrounding community hospitals that are a little bit smaller, that are non-teaching. But our students also have exposure to hospitals without having to be restricted by geographic location, so they can go to other hospitals within Maryland, nationally, as well as we have a few international rotations that afford our students the availability to go out and see a different type of practice. Our CAS faculty is a very diverse group. You'll see the CAS faculty from the first year to the fourth year, both in a classroom and at a practice site. Particularly in your fourth year, as you go out in your practice site, you'll see our faculty practicing pharmacy. They're all licensed pharmacists. They maintain their licenses so they continue to practice. Some of the areas of specialization include healthcare economics, public health, HIV, infectious disease, family medicine, general medicine, anticoagulation, oncology, critical care, and some practice in the shock trauma unit.
My name is Dr. Payal Agarwal. I teach pharmaceutics and pharmaceutical calculations to the first year PharmD students, and I also teach biopharmaceutics along with clinical PK to the second year PharmD students. So Pharmaceutics 1 is a 2-sequence course which is offered in the fall semester, along with Pharmaceutics 2, which is offered in the spring semester. So in the fall semester, they focus on learning about all the liquid dosage forms, where they learn about formulating syrups, elixirs, ophthalmic solutions, nasal solutions, and parenteral solutions. So some of the very basic techniques that the students learn is the application of all the physical-chemical properties of the different kinds of dosage forms and their testing. So they learn about labeling, they learn about prescription writing, they learn about all the calculations involved, they learn about weighing the powder, they also learn about the evaluation where they test the stability of the drug products. And some of the things that they carry on in the future classes is about the entire formulation, how that can affect the body of the patient. So some of the very, I think I would say the importance of pharmaceutical sciences courses, they are the foundation of any healthcare profession because it provides a very solid background in terms of learning about the drug, the dosage form, and how it actually behaves inside the body. So for example, one of my courses where I teach biopharmaceutics and clinical PK, it mainly involves the entire drug behavior inside the body, its journey inside the body, and then how that impacts the dosing of the drug for that patient in a specific disease condition. So these are really important skills that they actually take it throughout their curriculum rather than just focusing on the clinical aspect. So student performance in terms of the different courses that they take in the first year and the second year actually changes quite a lot. Specifically, I would say that their level of understanding changes and it grows. Secondly, their level of confidence also enhances, and their level of critical thinking and problem solving skills also tremendously improves from the first year to the second year. Specific examples would be calculations, because calculation in the first year course, they're better able to apply that during the second year courses, or also in the third year courses where they have to have a case study And in using those calculations concepts, they are better able to perform or better able to solve those case studies. Secondly, in terms of their understanding about the lecture material, they have a better strategy, better technique in terms of their comprehension, and they are better able to apply the knowledge that they learned in the first year. And their critical thinking skills and problem solving skills also improves a lot from first year to second year.
So the Pharmacist Care Lab is a 6-semester series, basically, where our students go from their first year to their second year to their third year. And in our Care Lab series, all of our students basically learn direct patient care skills. And essentially what we're trying to do is basically prepare our students to enter into their API rotations and to be able to practice their direct patient care skills in the community, the hospital, and in the ambulatory care setting. We use a lot of active learning with simulated patients, basically our hired actors who act as patients. And it allows for a safe environment for our students to role play all of their direct patient care skills in without really causing direct harm. So therefore, it's a great learning environment to practice hands-on experience that simulate a real-life scenario. So the role of the pharmacist is ever evolving. The pharmacist is now in a position to be the ultimate healthcare provider, managing optimal medication therapy outcomes. So it is critical that pharmacists today are equipped with direct patient care skills that allows them to be part of a medical team where we are in charge of medication management, disease state management, and preventative care.
The Advocating program is a unique service learning opportunity here for Notre Dame, Maryland students. Beginning their first day of school, students get to partner with local public health agencies in Baltimore to serve underserved populations. Their duties range from more service-oriented duties that then progress to clinical duties. So that could be things like serving dinner for senior citizens, as well as more clinical duties like health education. Students get a wide range of opportunities at Notre Dame, Maryland University. Beginning their first year, they start in care diverse populations, a very much public health oriented course. Even their third year, they get to do public health, once again, a public health oriented course. They get a wide range of group opportunities and experiences, both in the classroom and outside the classroom, where they really get to make an impact on Baltimore people. Beginning their very first fall semester, all pharmacy students take pharmacy in the U.S. healthcare system. This is where they get critical knowledge as well as critical skills in things like payer systems and health literacy. These really huge problems that really impact how the U.S. population interacts with the healthcare, how they gain access to it. Care Diverse Populations is a first-year course. It's an introduction to the public health curriculum at Notre Dame. Students get a wide variety of skills in cultural competency and cultural intelligence, and they really get to understand how to care for people from different populations. And this could be race, ethnicity, as well as socioeconomic status and other factors. By doing this, students really understand how to be effective healthcare professionals. The public health course is really a culmination of many of the previous courses the students have taken that deal with social and administrative sciences. The students get to build on their public health skills, doing such things as a policy analysis, and they also get to do a comprehensive public health campaign that serves their advocating site.
The nice part about being at Notre Dame of Maryland University is that the students actually are able to be part of the organizations from day one. So they start to meet and work with the P1s, P2s, and sometimes P3s and P4s to actually go out and interact with the community, and they really can get some hands-on work. The student organizations are great because the students are able to interact with the faculty outside of the classroom as well as the other students, especially, like I said, the P2s and P3s and sometimes P4s that they don't normally see anywhere else. So it really helps develop a community within the already small school of pharmacy. Student organizations really help meet the needs of the Baltimore community and beyond. By serving as part of the mission, they reach and meet the greater needs of the city. As students, they can grow and become part of the community in a way that they aren't able to in other ways. As the students need more and more leadership experience to do advanced things after pharmacy school, the student organizations actually provide multiple different roles as they progress through the curriculum for them to grow and learn leadership skills and become either a minor role or a major role in the organizations. The student organizations are a great outlet for the students to learn about advocacy through pharmacy. Because we are a great juxtaposition in Baltimore, so close to the national government in DC and the state government in Annapolis, we are given the opportunity for the students to go and advocate for the profession and the advancement of the profession.
There are a lot of traditions here at NDMU SRP, but my few favorites are the basketball tournament, the OTC challenge, and the culture show. These are a lot of fun events that you get to know your classmates outside of the academic and classroom settings, so it's a really fun time to get to know each other. Yes, I was the Vice President of NCPA last year, the APHA Operation Immunization Chair, as well as the SHP Liaison. A lot of these positions have taught me more about leadership and working with classmates to reach the same goal in our organization. They also offer me the opportunity to learn more about the different career pathways that pharmacists can take. I learned that what you learn in school and PowerPoints and textbooks is not 100% how it is in real life on rotations. You have to learn to work with different people and adapt to new settings. So using what we've learned in school and applying that to the real world setting is really a valuable thing that I've learned on rotations. The small classes is really unique to Notre Dame. It allows you to develop an actual meaningful relationship with your faculty, professors, as well as peers. The professors actually care about you. They're willing to devote as much time outside the class as possible to make sure that they achieve the learning goals that you want to achieve and also help you achieve the grade that you want and deserve.
I lived on campus my first year of pharmacy school because I was new to here. I just came here for school, so I didn't know the area or anyone to room with. Now, living on campus gave me the opportunity to get to know the school, get to know the city, and get to know the people that are now my closest friends. As pharmacy students, we spend about 90% of our days on campus, so it was very convenient to live here, have everything handy, and it saved me a lot of time. I definitely recommend to those students like me to give living on campus a try. One of the things I like the most about Notre Dame of Maryland University School of Pharmacy is our faculty. I think that our faculty is very committed to the students, and that's very important for us. The fact that it's such a challenging program, and for students like me that came to the United States recently and English is not our first language, it makes it even more challenging. Knowing that our faculty is there to support, answer questions, encourage, and guide us through this program is definitely very important for us and makes the load less heavy. The most valuable thing I learned from my EPs was the importance of communication between healthcare providers. Communication is not limited between pharmacists themselves, but it's also pharmacists with physicians, physician's assistants, nurses, patients, social workers. The fact that they're able to communicate improves health outcomes and avoids unnecessary conflicts. It also shows a lot of commitment to their professions. My favorite class so far has been biochemistry. I felt like a lot of knowledge gaps were actually being filled, and I was able to connect a lot of material from undergraduate school to the one that they were giving us here in pharmacy school. I also think that as P2s, it has been the most helpful course for our pharmacotherapeutic series. As second-year student of pharmacy school, we just started our pharmacotherapeutics course, and I think it's been like opening a door to a whole new level in which you can get to know how clinical aspects of pharmacy really work. It's very important for us to take that course because it shows us how we can take care of our patients responsibly.
I love that every P1 student is assigned a P2 buddy to help them through their journey. It really helps the new students to learn who the upperclassmen are and not to be intimidated by them. At other schools, they have fraternities to meet each other, but here we see each other every single day, and it's very helpful, and we like to help each other out. We're not constantly competing against each other, but rather helping each other. We're one big family, and here we say we're one big farmly. And I don't believe I would have found this at any other school. School of Pharmacy provides many opportunities for students to gain professional pharmacy experience inside and outside of the classroom. Our first semester we learn about interprofessional relationship, and our school is actually partnered with Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and Nursing to further ingrain that into us. We actually get to go out into the community our first semester and use the knowledge we're taught to help others in the community. I love the size of the classes. They're relatively small and you have a great professional relationship with each faculty member. Every faculty member and staff know your name and are willing to help you at any time. If you go to any of the faculty members and ask them a question, if they are able to stop what they're doing, they will stop right then and help you understand whatever it is you need. I love that it's on the outskirts of the city and that walking around this campus I feel safe and secure, and it's a beautiful campus to walk around. I think the advising group was a tremendous help. It was my opportunity to be a leader here for the first time because I'm the advising group leader. Our advising group works together to try to keep our lives balanced, whether it's studying or going out and having some fun. Each advising group will stick to their own, but at the same time we integrate together. Our advising groups are the first source of aid, but all other advising groups are willing to help. I love that Dean Lynn is not just the dean of our school, but also a professor. Like all the other faculty and staff members, she takes the time to learn every student by face and name. She has what's called a dean's tea, and she sits down for an hour with each advising group to learn a little bit more about each and every student.
I'm a part of APHA, CPFI, and SNAFA, and they've all helped me to learn about the numerous opportunities and career paths in pharmacy. They've also helped me with my strengths and weaknesses. I've learned from being on rotations that taking care of the patient isn't just my responsibility. It also requires doctors, nurses, social workers, and even the IT specialist to take care of the robot when it breaks. We are always having opportunities to gain professional experience outside of the classroom. For example, we have rotations, advocating, and co-curricular hours, which always allow us to practice our skill set. So since practice makes perfect, we're always perfecting our skills. Each new semester, my favorite class is always changing. My first semester, my favorite class was Care Lab, but my second semester, it was Immunology. Currently, my favorite class is Pharmacotherapeutics, or PT. I'm always learning something that will help me care directly for the patient. Why Notre Dame? Simple. They treated me like family before they even really knew me. They care, that's why.
My favorite rotation has been my advanced community practice rotation with Dr. Ashley Moody. It took place at Fink's Pharmacy, and during this rotation, I was able to counsel patients one-on-one, and it really deepened my love for community pharmacy. Dr. Moody created unique presentation opportunities, and one of my favorites was a presentation we gave at a local senior living center. And we talked to the seniors about fall risk and safe medication use. I really liked how the schedule was so clear. Activity hours and group meeting times were blocked out, and I really thought that this would be an effective way for me to smoothly transition from undergraduate student to pharmacy student. My favorite experience has been with my longitudinal care class, which is offered third year of pharmacy school. And throughout this year, you are paired with one elderly patient that lives in a senior living facility. And throughout the year, you truly do grow with your patient. You get to see their continued care throughout an entire year. And as my patient reached her health goals, I felt so rewarded. And it really opened my eyes to what goes on in the patient's home, what happens after they leave the pharmacy, and how can we get a patient to effectively use their medications. I think our program is very unique. Like other pharmacy schools, we have health outreach projects and community service interwoven throughout our curriculum. However, Notre Dame has a public health initiative called Advocating that really sets it apart from other pharmacy schools. As P1 students, we are paired with a nonprofit organization, and we serve the underserved of that nonprofit organization throughout all 4 years of pharmacy school. So for me, it was such a unique opportunity to grow, not only as a future pharmacist, but as a leader. I had the chance to be my group's advocating leader, and through my service with advocating, I was challenged not only to become a better leader, but also a more effective communicator. I think our school really takes the time to develop empathetic pharmacists.
I'm the treasurer of APHA and NCPA, and that has given me a lot of leadership opportunities and a lot of experiences networking with other students and leaders in the pharmacy community. So that's helped me a lot to really grow as a student and as a future pharmacist. I'm a second year pharmacy student, and what I enjoy the most right now is putting what we've learned in the first year of pharmacy school, all the science-based knowledge with the clinical skills that we've been practicing in the pharmacy, so that's been really helpful. We've been able to make a lot of good friends as we study together a lot and create a great support system and really keep each other on track as we go throughout pharmacy school. Dean Lin is very professional and organized and well respected in the pharmacy community. All those traits I wish to become as a student and a pharmacist, so she's been a great example as a leader. So me and my peers, we've created a lot of friendships, and so through going to class and studying together, we like to go out sometimes after tests, a series of tests, and just unwind and go out to eat, and for birthdays we also go out to eat also sometimes, so that's a great activity that we do as classmates.